How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Hall of Film YouTube channel. Now today it's a little different one. It is a list, as you could tell by the title, and I was sat thinking about cult classics and just how impactful they are to people's introduction to film, because you might have watched a cult classic and then it snowballs and that's how you got into watching films. And it made me think, what are some future cult classics that are coming out? Now, of course, one question would be, what is a cult classic? I don't count anything that was like a massive major box office smash hit like Nosferatu or some other things, and um, I think largely a cult classic can kind of be anything. It can be horror, comedy, action. It can be quite a lot of different things. Now, all 10 of these are released from 2022 onwards, and 3 are actually from this year that I think could be future cult classics. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is Barbarian. Now, the reason why this is 10 and not higher, I already think it's pretty much a cult classic, or it's a couple years removed from being classed as one. It's got a strong following in 3 years. It's a great story. It's got some great performances, and it just strikes me as one of those cult horror films, like a Hellraiser or something else, where you look back and you're like, how the hell didn't this become like a bigger deal? So yeah, Barbarian at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is a film I watched in the cinema, and it is it is just a joy and a fun film. It is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Again, it feels like a cult classic film when you watch it. It feels like something that would be released in the 80s. It's just it perfectly captures, I think, a time that we live in as well, where it's just gaslighting ends in absolute madness and chaos. It's over the top. The performances are hilarious. It's a very niche film as well and topic, and I think that will only help its cult following in the future. Coming in at 8, it's the first 2025 release of uh, the list, and that would be Companion. Again, I think like Bodies, 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 it's got a very meta commentary, except this time on AI and like just how far that can go. I think it's like a very campy as well, like a Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of deal. And I think it's got kind of the hallmarks of a cult classic. The performances are great. It's very over the top. It's just kind of everything you want from an easy watch film as well. Coming in at number 7, it is Cocaine Bear. Now, if this doesn't scream to you cult classic and one of those things that you'll just randomly find and you're like, yo, why is this pretty good? Um, then nothing will. Cocaine Bear. The fact this is based off a true story is crazy. Obviously, the bear in real life died, but in this goes on a murderous rampage and becomes addicted to a certain white powder. Um, it's weirdly a good film. I watched this in cinema. I had a great time with it, and I think everybody will if you just watch it and suspend your disbelief. It is great. Coming in at number 6, it's the second 2025 film, and that is Novocaine. Um, and ironically, it's also the second film that has Jack Quaid. Of course, he's also in Companion. Um, it's a really good action film with some great comedy. Again, great performances, and I would recommend anybody watches it. I just feel like it's a very fun and relaxed movie again, which I do classify cult classics like that. And I just think it's a very fun time, and I just really had a good time with it. So much so that I brought this steelbook recently. Coming in at number 5, again, I think this is a couple years from being already called a cult classic, and that is The Menu. Um, an amazing set of performances from Ray Fiennes, Nicholas Hoult, and Anya Taylor-Joy. A wild, crazy story. Again, it's one of those films I just had a fun time with, and I think it's a really underrated film as well. I know it's got a strong following, which is why I already could nearly consider it to be a cult classic, but I think that will be one that sticks out in the future as one. Coming in at 4, it's the third and final 2025 release, and it is One of Them Days. I loved every single minute of this film. It is so funny. It's got a You can compare it a lot to Friday, which is also a cult classic. Of course, Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. But this, if you've somehow not seen it, if you live in the UK actually and you have Sky, it's on offer at the minute for like £2, so you can rent it and watch it. I would recommend everybody gives this a go. Keke Palmer and SZA are absolutely hilarious, and I can't wait for the sequel that got announced that they're working on. And I do really think this will be one of those cult comedies that everybody goes to in the future. Coming in at number 3, it was one of the most talked about films, I think, certainly of the decade. It is Saltburn. Um, you come down on one side, you either love this film or you hated every single minute of it. But either way, you were talking about it, and like many kind of controversial cult classics of the day, whether you like them or not, you talked about them and you kept that going. I really enjoyed Saltburn. I had a great time with it. Again, that story is crazy, and I think given nobody will make a story like that, that could only help it as well. Coming in at number 2, it's one of my actual favourite films. It is Damien Chazelle's Babylon. Um, the fact this movie bombed hurts me. It breaks my heart. It is just a love letter to Hollywood. It is great performances, amazing music, amazing set designs. It is one of those films you're watching it and you're like, oh, I bet this made a lot at the box office, and then to find it out it's a bomb and it's split opinion. It's really annoying. I am a big fan and defender of this film, as I know there's a lot of fans for this film, and it's already got a massive cult following. So I think it's only a matter of time before this is a certified cult classic. And then coming in at number 1, if you know me, this is not a surprise. It is Zelda Williams' Lisa Frankenstein. If this doesn't become a cult classic, nothing else deserves to. The first time I watched this, I was blown away by the aesthetic. It's the most 80s thing. It feels like one of those warm, just brilliant 80s cult classics that you just throw on the TV and watch and have a good time with. The performances are so good from Catherine Newton, of course, from the mind of Robin Williams' daughter Zelda. She did such a great job, and I just really think it's a hidden gem. I've recommended like 5 people at this point this film, and they've all loved it. If you're watching this and you've never seen Lisa Frankenstein, please do yourself a favour and watch this film. It is so good. I'm a big fan of this, as you can tell. I could do a whole video about this, which I might in the future. So yeah, those were my 10 future cult classics predictions. I'm sure in a couple of years' time I'll revisit this video and see if I got any of these right. But let me know, more importantly, in the comments below whether you agree with my picks, or maybe you have some more that you also think will end up being future cult classics. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video.